Hello, good evening, everybody. So my name is Mr. Diallo. Welcome to this program that is built around some exercises to help the students that are doing their baccalaureate this year to revise the grammar points, the grammar exercises. So the first point that we're going to study today is the passive voice. Passive voice. Let me write it here. The passive voice. How can we turn a sentence from the active voice to the passive voice? So I give you first the structure. What is the structure of a passive voice? So the structure is this. So you have the subject plus to be plus the past participle. Let me write it past participle of the first verb plus now the object, or plus by first, plus by, plus object. This is a rule. I'll give you here one example. In the active voice, and the silence is there. I give you a silence in the active voice, and we're trying to turn it into the passive voice. The silence is Mr. Diallo. Mr. Diallo like this. Teaches English. This is the sentence in the active voice. This is the subject, and this is the verb, and this is the object. So how can we turn the sentence now into the passive voice? So the words there are passive voice. So now the object becomes the subject, and the subject will become the object. So mind this, the tense of the first verb is a simple present. So to be will be in the tense of the first verb, which is the simple present. So subject plus to be in the tense of the first verb, plus now the past participle of the verb of the first verb, which is very important. Plus now by, plus now the object. Now let's go to the practice. So we have here English will be the subject. So we're gonna have English to be in the tense of the first verb, which is, plus now the past participle of the first verb. The past participle of the first verb, which is the teach. When you have the teach here, the past participle is taught. All right, so the simple past and the past participle is the same thing, taught. So we gotta have it here. English is taught, like this, plus by, plus now Mr. Diallo will be now the object. From the subject to the object. English is taught by Mr. Diallo. All right, this is the first rule to retain, which is very important. So I have taken here the simple present tense, which is a very simple and very easy tense. Juste en résumé en français, donc on dit que ce qui était à la voix passive, à la voix active, va être transformé. Donc la règle c'est ça. On a le sujet, plus l'auxiliaire to be, plus maintenant le participe passé du premier verbe, et to be est conjugué au temps du premier verbe, plus maintenant le participe passé du premier verbe, plus maintenant ce qui était sujet va être objet, et ce qui était objet va être sujet, très simple. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a ajouté? So we have just added by. This is very important. Donc on a la règle. Another example, to make you understand it properly. Maintenant on change le temps. We have changed the tense of this. I'll give you an example. Active voice. I give you they ate mangoes. they ate mangoes. So here we have the subject, the verb, and the object. On applique la règle. So in the passive voice, so what do you have? The object becomes the subject, and the subject becomes the object to be in the tense of the first verb. So what is the tense here? The tense is the simple past. The simple past of the verb to be, of the verb to eat. All right? Of the verb to eat. To eat is an irregular verb. So we have, in the simple past we have ate, and the past participle is eaten. Donc à l'avant passé, ce qui nous intéresse toujours, c'est le passé passé du verbe, ce qu'on va utiliser when you transform the sentence into the passive voice. So here, the example is very easy. On parle to be, on le conjugue au temps du premier verbe, plus maintenant le passé passé du premier verbe. Maintenant, on détermine quel est le passé passé du premier verbe, that is eaten. Quel est le temps conjugué ici, that's the simple past. So, object, subject becomes the object, and object becomes the subject. This is very, very simple. So in the active voice, in the passive voice, you're gonna have mangoes. To be in the simple past, you have two forms, was and were. So word is a plural. So mangoes here is a plural. On va prendre maintenant le pluriel de to be au passé. So we gotta have will plus the past participle of the verb, which is eaten, plus now by them. So this is the transformation that you do, because they est un sujet. Maintenant, si on transforme they en complément, on prend l'équivalent de they, which is an object, which is very, 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 very simple. This is not complicated. Another example, to make you get it properly. Another example, toujours on applique la règle. I give you another tense here, which is active voice. I have bought a car. I have bought a car. Let's select the subject, the verb, and here we have the object. It's not very complicated. Yes. So what do you have now? In the passive voice, the object becomes the subject. So we're going to have here a car to be in the tense of the first verb, and this is an irregular verb. The verb is buy, and the simple past is bought, and the past participle is bought. So we gotta have here a car has been bought by I. Le complément qui correspond à I, c'est me. On va prendre maintenant le complément qui correspond. A car has been bought by me. This is just this is just a summary of the passive voice. This is the regular form. So there are what is called an irregular form or a particular passive voice. So we are trying to see this after in the second chapter of this practice. So I give you this to make you understand it properly. Je vais faire rapidement parce qu'on n'a pas assez de temps. I give you now in the second structure. We have some verbs. Il y a des verbes qui ont deux compléments. Maintenant, quel est le complément qu'il faut choisir? I give you here active voice. I will send you a letter. So we have here subject, the tense, the verb, and And there we have object 1, and there we have object 2. So in this case, we have 2 objects. So, what is a transformation? Quelle est la transformation qu'il faut faire quand le verbe a deux compléments? On va voir ça.